Let's talk about the Clash solo event, recruitment event, or the recruitment event still going on. Rewards from that, points, cheating, other stuff. There's so many things to go over with all of this. So you've probably been greeted by a message that looks a little bit like this. FYI, I put in about 55,000 points and I got position 11% to 20%. Yay. What does that really kind of boil down to when it comes to result? Well, not a huge amount. FYI, if anybody's seeing any issue with rewards not appearing, you can just quite simply go to your stash and you can see the various different types of rewards as part of all of this, right? On the solo event itself, you again kind of going like, well, where's my rewards? How do I find out like what rank I got? How do I know what points I got? So I go to completed section. I then drop down to Clash. I then then I'm able to see on the rank side of things that because I got 11% to 20%, or yeah, 11% to 20%, I can see I got 4 points as a result. And we'll talk about what other players are putting in, and this is it's always going to be a scary. What are we actually going to get? Is there any rhyme or reason to prediction? Well, we'll go over that, right? So, where do we begin with this one? I think we'll probably go back to the beginning, where it started. Fantastic Force recruitment predictions. And again, to reiterate, trying to predict this is so blinking difficult. You know, up until about 5 days ago, how many points do you all reckon will take you at the end of the top 50% for the other event? I'm on 45k so far. I mean, that would have got you exactly. My guess, 15 to 20k. It's fairly safe bet that the majority of players will stop once they've gotten all the rewards. Even if it's high, you're likely very safe at 45k. I mean, it's sort of right, but it's like, what is right and what is wrong with it? Especially when you look at this. So player here put in 200,000 points to get 1%. And again, for clarity on what 1%, clarity for what 1% gets you is the following. 1% gets you 7. So that's only 3 more points for that's 150k more points that was put in versus my 50k points that I got. And you kind of go like, well, what does that mean? Did that mean anything? Did that get you anything? So if we go to the recruitment section and we go down to milestones, so all of that they invested, they got an additional 500 Titan shards. Again, let me just repeat that for those that didn't get it, right? 55k from me, 200k this player put in for 3 additional points, right? And they got 500 extra Titan crystal shards. They might have had to invest a lot more energy, maybe even units than I did, for that. It's scary. And as I did say, it's scary precedence when you're farming things for this and not getting back what you think you're going to get back for. Also rewards, like, yeah, go and check your stash if you're missing out on them. I think this is Misty K's here as well. Top 2% to 5% with 102k. And again, same thing. Like we're talking it an extra 500 Titan crystal shards. Like it's kind of mad. It's kind of mad. In the comments, do you feel disappointed with what you invested to what you actually got back from it? And again, final time we're going to repeat this. I did 55k. I'm just going to 100% just verify. No, it's even worse. I didn't put 55k in. I've just double checked it. I only put in 44k. 44k. No extra units invested into this. Yeah, a few energy refills. Maybe actually 10 energy refills that was invested into this. And I got, as a result of that 44k, 4 progression milestone points, which you can see on the screen. And yeah, the only extra advantage is people got an additional 500 Titan crystal shards. That's bad. That's bad. Especially if people were putting that in a weekly basis. I can imagine over, say, 3 weeks, it would add up and you kind of go, if it was 3 more points. So if I do another same thing as before, and I go, okay, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then people additional 1, 2, 3. Again, same thing, like about 1,000 extra, 1,500 maybe, if they followed the same thing. 1,500 extra Titan crystal shards just seems like absolutely arse. Like it really does. So maybe the rewards per investment aren't exactly worth it. We'll have to see what's going on, I think, with this event and people's interest going into further weeks. But people are mad for it. They're mad for it. I've seen as well people wondering about those right at the top and the cheaters in first place. And yeah, I suppose you could say it was luck-based energy event. Anyone with money, luck, and determination could have won. That's true. So if you had that, and obviously a ton of units if you're non-spending. Caveman Crash said he's not cheating. Obviously referring to the gender of the person, knowing the gender of the person and the person in general. That's number one. Don't accuse players of cheating without any evidence. And Caveman were looking into this as the event was kind of going on, so there's no kind of like scary things being found as a result. But people are going mad, aren't they? They're going mad for this particular event because of the high evolutionary you can get right at the very top end. There are some relatively okay things to get, but yeah, by the end of it, I think a lot of people just like can't be bothered. I mean, can't be bothered in the sense of like high investment, because it's a high investment event. Time-wise, kind of not. I like the time as investment to what you get back from it, but then there's a stopping point of, as soon as you're done Clash, like, do you actually want to do anything more? And I think especially another question for the comments, like, do you feel after seeing these results so far, you're actually interested in investing any more of your kind of like resources for this? That's been a thread that's been started off about well, if you're missing stuff, but I think as well like disappointment surrounding the event as well. Yeah. What else? Yeah, the predictions, of course, have changed as well. Like, do we predict now 44k to get on there? Are people gonna, like, say if I got 11% to 20% and that's 44k, do we now push then for 54k and people are gonna do more, or are people gonna do less, discouraged by what they've seen? And again, that's a very kind of relevant discussion point. I also decided, for the purpose of comedy, to get Grok on X to explain things in caveman speak, just so people are aware on what this event is. Me see pictures and words from game called Marvel Contest of Champions. Big event now called Fantastic Force Recruitment. Game give points for playing, like 58,130 points man got, but rewards shiny stuff like badges or powers, not come automatic. You hit claim button to get them, or they stay stuck. Game no uses energy. Easy to play with 1 to 5 star heroes. Don't know if that's true. New movie Fantastic Four coming July 2025. So game get fun stuff to match. Man asks why no rewards. Maybe he forgot to claim. Me say game, check game, push button, get goodies, simples. Yeah, and that's probably enough for that. With the Grok explanation. Anyway, if you're seeing any issues with it, go and get in contact with Kabam. And yeah, that's, I think, going to be it for this this video. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, a bit stinky at the moment when it comes to points. I'm still hesitant to do predictions because I just think that it's just in such a weird place from interest from player base, an increase in the amount of points that people are putting in, which just gets astronomical for literally no reason. And I think a lot of players, after seeing the results, are probably going to question whether or not they're actually going to invest more points in week 2, because again, 100k points, no, 200k points, and people aren't getting that much in terms of an advantage. And that's all down to percentages. If you're lumped into a percentage, me doing 44k and someone else doing 200k, you're kind of going, oh, that's not great. It's not like Battlegrounds, where you kind of like, it seems a bit better on points to reward payout. This is a bit more stinkier. But what are your thoughts on the matter? Put it in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for supporting. I'll see you later on for some coverage of the brand new game mode, which I'm really looking forward to doing some stuff on. But I am off to work. It's my travel day for work, so it's going to be a late one. So I'll catch you when I'm back and covering some of the new mode as we go into the weekend. Thanks for watching. See you soon and goodbye.